Here with Texas Lutheran head football coach Danny Padron, we're talking about the season in review, the 2011 season. Also talking about the upcoming 2012 season and the all-important recruiting season. Coach Padron, after more than a month to reflect on the 2011 season, what comes to your mind first when you think about the season gone by?
Well, I think we've made great strides. I think we're very optimistic about about where we're headed in our program, and know that we've improved in a lot of different areas. We still got a lot of room to improve, but we're very, very pleased with a lot of things that have come on.
What were you most pleased with from a team perspective with this year's team?
Well, I think our special teams. I think that was a drastic improvement. I think we were near the top in a lot of categories, and I think the 5 wins that we had were probably attributed to our special teams. We did a great job there, and in turnover margin too. I mean, we were number 1 in the conference in turnovers, and I think in turnover margin. And I think that was really goes back to our special teams. I think a big part of our special teams.
Conversely, what were some things you wished had gone better?
Well, you always talk about injuries, and I think the injuries really just decimated us, put us in our defense in a really big bind. We played with lots of freshmen, sophomores. Not to use that as an excuse or anything, but that was just reality. So if we had anything to do, it was one of those years that I've never been a part of. Teams have never been a part of so many injuries. It was just one of those freak things.
What areas of improvement are most pressing for your team as you enter the 2012 offseason and then the preseason and the season of 2012?
Well, like I said, we got to improve in a lot of different areas, and I think the one that stands out the most is our pass defense. I think we've got to improve there, and of course, pass defense is not just our secondary, but it's everybody. The linebackers and the pass rush that we have to put on. Although we really improved from last year to this year in our sacks, we improved that number. Offensively, I think we've got to improve throwing the football. I thought we ran the ball well on occasions, and I think we've got to do a better job of throwing the football.
You've already mentioned special teams as one of the really bright spots of 2011. Your kicker, Alan Kane, racked up quite a few awards after his record-breaking season. Several All-America awards, AP All-America, D3 Football All-America, you name it. He was on the All-America list for Division III. What impressed you most about what Alan was able to do for you in 2011?
Well, Alan did a lot of great things. His consistency, his poise on the field, that was just on the field. But I tell you, his leadership. For a kicker, you don't expect him to be a leader, but he was a leader for us. He was a leader on the field, and he was a leader off the field. And I guess that's what I'm the most proud of. He's just a great young man with great skill. He worked hard, and he's very consistent, like I said, in his poise. He stepped on that football field. He was confident he was going to make it, and we were confident he was going to make it. And so I'm excited to see that good things happen to good people, and a lot of good things happen to him. He rededicated his life to Jesus Christ, and so I think a lot of good things happen as a result of that.
You've already mentioned the injuries, most notably the injury to Clayton Smith. How were you able to handle that, and what kind of guys were you proud of when they stepped in those positions, and how is the injury situation going forward for this next year? I know you can't go into specifics about a lot of guys because of medical, right. The legalese involved with the medical conditions, but tell us a little bit about how those injuries particularly affected you, and going forward, what's the outlook?
Well, those guys, Clayton was really critical for us, and our defensive line, we were kind of lacking in depth in that area, and of course he got hurt, and we lost another one too. So it was very tough for us, and I think our guys just rallied. We played with a lot of freshmen, sophomores, and we looked at our depth chart. There's no freshmen, no juniors, no seniors, and it was kind of scary. And so it hurt us in that respect. I know these guys are doing a great job of rehabbing right now and getting ready to play. And Clayton's one of our leaders, and we got to have him back next year. So we're hopefully that his rehab will come along.
You and your staff were able to bring in a record-breaking class in terms of football players reporting to camp. What are your goals for recruiting for the 2012 class?
Well, we've always set a goal of 100. We try to recruit 100 new players and guys that are great football players, great students, and have great character. And so that's what we're looking for. Again, we're trying to bring in another 100. We feel like we'll probably retain anywhere from 70 to 80 guys, and so that's a mark. We had 153 came in at the start, and so we're looking at 180 is what we're looking for.
A football stadium is in the master plan for TLU. Initial plans have been drawn. How exciting is it for you and your staff and your players to be close to the start of a stadium building project here on campus?
I tell you, that's what kind of fuels us right now. We're really excited about the prospects of that. I think that's going to really make a big difference in our recruiting and just being able to play on campus and getting our whole campus involved. And so we have the plans posted on our walls up here, and so it's a big reminder for us what we're playing for. And so we're excited about the new stadium, the plans for the new stadium, and can't wait for construction to start.
On the recruiting trail, you talk about the football stadium, I'm sure, and the potential there for that project. But what are some other main things that you'd like to tell potential Bulldogs?
Well, we've got a lot of good things happen here, a lot of great things happen here at Texas Lutheran. We had a new president, and just the whole outlook, I think, has been very positive. People really are excited about the football program and all of our athletic programs. But that's just not mentioning, TLU as an academic institution, as an outstanding academic institution. So when we talk to our recruits, we're talking about, hey, come and being a part of a group of young men that are dedicated, not only getting their degree, but also being able to play football for us, and baseball, basketball, whatever the other sports are involved. 1/3 of the student population are athletes, and so the importance of athletics is very paramount, as you can see by the numbers that we have. So our particular football recruits, we tell them about the guys that they're going to be playing with, and we mentioned that the guys that they're playing with are the same guys we're looking at. So when we're talking to them, we're saying, hey, we see you as a great football player. We see you as a great student. We see you as a young man of great character. And those are the guys that we're recruiting. Those are the guys that we have. And then we'd be able to, kind of use Texas Lutheran. They're coming to Texas Lutheran. And when we were coaching high school ball, we used to tell our players, hey, don't go to a school just to play football there. Go to a school that you would go to even if you couldn't play football. Well, Texas Lutheran is that type of school. It's an outstanding academic institution. It's one of the best. It is the best in the conference as far as academics, and it's rated one of the top 15 universities in the Western United States by U.S. News and World Report. So those are a lot of good things. And of course, we talk about the range that they have as far as the career opportunities. Coach Harris did some research and found out that TLU graduates at the 10-year mark earn $20,000 more than any other graduate in our conference, which is really good to see. And so they're coming to a great school. Then we also talk about our coaching staff, and we've got a great blend. We've got 4 veteran coaches that coach 30 plus years, 40 years in the high school ranks, and been at college now for 2 years. We've got 4 young coaches that are winners. They won as athletes, and they won as coaches at their particular schools, playing in the national championship in Division III, coaching for that, and also playing in the Big Ten. So we've got a lot of range, and so our coaches are not only great men and great coaches, but they're winners, and that's what we're going to be doing here. So people that are coming to Texas Lutheran, hopefully they'll see that those 3 things, those 3 areas, we'd like for them to consider when they consider other schools and compare our school with the other schools, and hopefully that encourages them to come.
All right. Coach, thank you so much for your time. Head coach Danny Padron of Texas Lutheran University. Again, thank you for your time, Coach.
Thank you.